Hey guys, first regards here, and I'll be talking about the tankiest Power Axe build for the Bulwark class in patch 11.0 Space Marine 2. Now, the Bulwark has a ridiculous amount of damage reduction. Things like Conviction, Steel Within, and Effective Formation give you a ludicrous damage reduction versus the most powerful enemies in the game, and being able to stack all of these together makes it practically impossible to die on hard stratagems and operations, and the only place you really start to falter is in stuff like Siege mode. Now, for the weapon here, I did take a Block Power Axe. The Block Power Axe is currently a top 2 weapon in this game for melee selections. The Power Fist is still a little bit stronger in my opinion, but this one still has tremendous damage with Power Stance and Power Wave. And for the perk tree, we're just going for the full damage option here, picking up Perpetual Strength first, moving here into the perk Coup de Grace. The last strike of a light combo deals 25% more damage, into the perk here Perpetual Strength, and Perpetual Strength once again up here for a 10% flat melee damage increase. Then I move over here into the perk Counterattack, down into the perk Riposte. Overhead strike damage after performing a power backstep is doubled. Now, all you have to do to get an overhead strike off the Power Axe is just use your Power Wave and your Power Stance and immediately hold your attack button again, and you will automatically go back into an overhead strike. So being able to do that out of your Power Wave will put pretty much every Majoris in this game to like near one shot, if not execute. So really strong option here, which is why I like this perk quite a bit. Next perk here is Hard Target, moving here into the perk Tactical Retreat, up here into the perk Power Wave. Power Backstep Wave will damage more enemies. Now, this perk changes the angle of your Power Wave to hit more enemies, so really good on top of the 25% damage buff here from Tactical Retreat. This is like pretty much a mandatory perk in my opinion. It really helps you hit things like Zoanthropes in the air and stuff like that if you do happen to hit your Power Wave on them. Same thing with the Xenophase Blade, because these perks basically do the same thing. Like Ancient Technology here that makes your Power Wave waves wider pretty much changes the angle to the same thing as the Power Wave with the Power Wave perk here, so a really good option. Pretty much always grab this. Final perk here is Cleaver. Damage increases by 10% against Majoris level and higher enemies, because getting more damage is really all we want from this. And if you really want to, you could skip over Riposte and Perpetual Strength here and go into Discharge. This perk is pretty nice for Horde Clear and stuff like that. I just prefer this on this build because I'm not taking Intimidating Aura. Now, for the secondary here, I do take a Rate of Fire Plasma Pistol. This is one of my favorite weapons in the game. The stagger, CHP regen, damage, all these things are top tier on this weapon. And for the perk tree, I would just build into ammo economy and stuff like that and pick up the damage perk down here. You pretty much always build a Plasma Pistol like this, because otherwise you will run out of ammo all the time, because this thing's ammo economy sucks. And if you really want to, you can pick up the Heroic Bolt Pistol, or the Heroic Heavy Bolt Pistol, I should say, because the perk effect here, no help is coming. Shooting with the Elite Scream status effect stops her from calling for reinforcements, and headshots kill in one shot. This is a very powerful perk effect, especially for hard stratagems and absolute difficulty, and not really useful in the Siege mode at all, because Siege mode guys don't call for reinforcements. But the fact that you were able to one-shot a reinforcement calling enemy is really nice, because it actually saves you on a lot of ammo, because usually in absolute and hard stratagems, the enemies will go enraged immediately after you break their reinforcement call, and being able to one-shot them out of that saves you the wave on top of the enraged enemy heal. So really good for that, though unfortunately No Help Is Coming is currently bugged to only properly work, or at least it was in the last hotfix. I'm not sure if it is now, but either way, it was previously bugged to only function on a headshot kill. The body shots don't do anything, which is kind of unfortunate, but that's the way it was. Now, as far as the perk tree setup for this goes, I would just build it this way on Bulwark, because we just go down here into the perk Death Strike, up here into the perk Discipline for 25% more damage on low ammo, moving all the way down here because it's just a little bit better for Bulwark here, because able damage after using a class ability damage increases by 20% for 10 seconds. This perk is really good, but on a Bulwark we are not using our banner as much as, say, a jump pack on an assault, so you're getting less benefit out of this, so I do prefer to go up here instead. That's pretty much all there is for the secondary either way. Now, for the perk tree, I do start off with Conviction here first. When your armor is fully depleted, you take 25% less health damage for 10 seconds. This perk is top tier everywhere. It actually gives you way more effective HP on top of the fact that you have a starting health increase of 30% on Bulwark. This makes you very tanky. These two perks together are already incredible on their own, but when you take this on top of Seal Within, on top of Effective Formation for 20% less health damage from Extremis and Terminus, and 30% less health damage while below 50% HP, you just become stupidly tanky. It's kind of hilarious how much damage you can actually tank and just not die at all. So definitely pick this one up for this build, because we're going for full tank. Next perk here is Scramble Targeting, 25% less damage from ranged attacks while you're surrounded by 5 or more enemies. This one's really nice to have because Armor of Contempt's damage is pitiful, and Shock and Awe is a pretty good perk, just not really good in the build we're doing here. Next perk here is Still Within. When you're health less than 50%, you take 30% less health damage. Pretty self-explanatory for even more damage reduction. Then we pick up Effective Formation for even more damage reduction. Now, Advanced Conditioning and Focus Restoration are both really good. We're just going for that full damage reduction build here, so this perk is quite strong. It also helps out your teammates, so even better there. And usually, the most damage you're taking in this game will be from Extremis or Terminus level enemies, so actually a pretty nice catch-all. Next perk here is Purity of Purpose. The banner deals damage over time to enemies with its area of effect. This perk is incredible. It will damn near 100 to 0 any Majoris in the game. It also just helps wipe out Minoris. It does serious damage to Extremis and even bosses. By far the best perk in this column here, so pretty much always pick this up. The next perk here is Glory Shield. All your squadrons in the banner's area of effect take 20% less damage, and the banner lasts 20% longer. Now, obviously, Invigorating Icon is a better perk. This perk breaks the pickup economy of the game. Being able to get your HP back for your whole team is godly. I'm just going for full damage reduction here, and I think Glory Shield is just way more fun to use, so I'm picking it up here today. And honestly, this 20% health damage reduction, or not even health damage reduction, just flat damage reduction on top of Effective Formation, on top of Seal Within, on top of Conviction, and Scramble Targeting, when your banner's down, you will just never die. That's pretty much the thing. You just put this in a boss, and you just live. That's the best way to put it. The next perk I grab here is Inspiration for a 20% damage buff for my entire team in the banner's area of effect. Our banner lasts 20% longer, so we do get a lot of benefit out of this, though I will say, if you want to take Rejuvenating Effect or the perk here, Merciless Resolve for no knockback, you definitely can, but I'm picking up Armor Advance here, so I don't really need this perk as much. Now, the next perk here is Armor Advance. If you have armor remaining, you don't lose control from heavy hits and can't be knocked back. No knockback in Space Marine 2 is incredible. I pretty much always pick this up, so definitely grab at least one source of this from like here or here. And if you do take this one, I would probably just take like Emergency Countermeasure or the perk here, Defensive Mastery, because they're both pretty good. Or you can even take Armor Advance as well, just to have like that redundancy. Now for the Prestige perk selection, you could take Auxiliary Reload, but to be honest, I don't think this perk is that good outside of Siege mode, because one magazine is pretty useful, but like some guns benefit from this way more than others. I would never take this for the Heavy Bolt Pistol on the Heroic variant. Plasma Pistol is probably going to get the most benefit out of this, but overall, it's just best in Siege mode because you just have way more Extremis there. So instead, I decided to take Resilience, which is Medicaid Stims for 40% more health, on top of Overcharge, which it does affect our Whirlwind and Power Wave attack. Then I pick up Powerful Shot and Masterful Defense, and that's pretty much all there is for the Prestige perk tree, pretty much all there is for this build. The Power Axe is super fun in this game. The full tank Bulwark is incredibly powerful and just surviving anything the game will throw at you, and it's one of the easiest builds to complete hard stratagems with, in my opinion, assuming there aren't modifiers like Broken Bulwark and stuff like that. But either way, hopefully this build guide helped. If you like content like this, subscribe for more, and take it easy. Thanks for watching. Bye.
We still have supports to wire. We need more.
Find a man-to-man. Oh shit, you're gonna be over, never mind.
This galaxy is the door. We still have supports to wire. We need more bombs. Where shall I plant this flag? We still have supports to wire. We need more bombs.
brain dead creature. He's gonna go spaz out in a second. They always do.
We still have support squad. We need more bombs. Stay alert. Use biological camouflage. This sick beast left you a chance. You failed at all. Failed. We still have supports to wire. We need more bombs. We still have supports to wire. We need more bombs. That silence intimidating. We still have supports to wire. We need more bombs. Execute that one. Let the sun in. Stay alert. Our adversary must renew their assault. Deny the enemy advantage. Tyranny, an enemy reserves incoming. Prepare to strike them down. You failed.
Unfortunately, he got the one call off. Look at that. Fuck, canceled him. Oh, an actual horde got called. Interesting. So it canceled the reinforcement call for a horde. Because the hive mind's like, you know, it's like calling your, like calling for backup and the AC-130 is already over your head. Not that I would have any experience with that, but I imagine that's what it feels like.
Caution. It may still attempt to ambush us. That silence intimidating ready to deploy.
Alright.
Fresh magazine.
Alright, that's...
Encircle and eliminate.
Bang.
The creature is undergoing some kind of transformation. It just triggered every cyborg in my suit.
He's on that minor elevation. It's kind of funny. It actually stops him. Oh, I just sit there and take it. Okay. There we go. That was the full tank Bulwark. Pretty tanky. You can just like, eat the waves. You can like eat a Neurothrope wave and take like, I don't know, 10% damage from full HP if you have like full armor on. Is the elderly grizzled combat veteran a vibe for you, FTG? Listen. If I was any elderly grizzled combat vet, I'd be the guy from Key and Peele. You know what I'm talking about? Anybody seen that skit? I'm sure you have.